YouTube, what's going on, boys? We're back for another video. And for today's video, boys, we're going to be looking at the best budget players for the Bundesliga. I know the Bundesliga does have a lot of good, very, very good, not just good, but very, very good, cheap players. And it's a good league to start off. If you still don't really have a good team, the Bundesliga, La Liga, and League One are some really, really good teams, or some really, really good leagues to start off your team. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're posting daily. Sometimes we post 2 videos per day. Leave a like and look at the comments and in the description of the video. There's going to be a Discord. If you guys ever do want to play co-op or against me, I'm going to be streaming probably Friday or Saturday for every week. And that's going to be when you guys have a chance to play against me, like I said, or do co-op. And I'm going to be streaming that as well. But just, no BS, all right? Just join the Discord if you guys want. And it's on Xbox only for now, but then it's going to be on PS later on. But boys, looking at the squad, we're looking pretty solid. And I'm going to run it starting from the defense. So for the bench, we do have Mukalele. He is one of my starting right backs just because I do have informed Upamecano. And he's a very decent right back. He does get beat sometimes, but he's a very strong physical right back. I already played almost 30 games with him. 83 pace, 80 defense, 77 physicality. He is pretty strong for right back, which is why I do have him in my starting 11 because I like physical defenders. So if you're that type of person that also likes it, those physical type of defenders, then do get Mukalele. He's really cheap considering his stats, and I think he's cheaper now. I'm not too sure. Pretty sure his price went down. All these players are going to be under 15K, with the exception of probably just like 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. But Mukalele, really decent right back, and if not, Mbabu is also nice right back as well. Also has some pretty good strength stats. For right back, for me personally, I like to put, or I like to get a right back that is pretty strong and physical, because there's going to be a lot of wingers that, yeah, they could outrun you. However, you could easily out-muscle them if your fullback does have some nice strength. So for that reason, I do have Mbabu and then Mukalele as well. For center backs, and RES too, but I mean, I'm not really, 69 strength, this guy's just there just in case you guys ever need somebody that's a bit more cheaper. But for center backs, we have 3 and then 2 in the starting 11. These are obviously the most overpowered ones. Lucas Hernandez is going for 7,000 on Xbox, and then Klosterman, I think, is going for like 10, 15, if I'm not mistaken. He might be going for more just because he's super OP apparently. But if we do search it, it might take a minute. But yeah, 20,000. I mean, according to a lot of people, he's worth it. For me personally, I just put him here because a lot of people might, or some people might, not know about him. And if you do, then he's probably good for you. But for me personally, I like Heitinger and then Lucas Hernandez as well. Konate is also a good one, and Akanji, but Akanji's not too strong for a center back. 78 strength. Compared to Konate's 83, and then Heitinger has 84. And then I also look at jumping stats, because the pace, I don't really care about it because you can just put a shadow on it, because shadow cards are super cheap this year. But like for Konate, 74 jumping, which is not the best, which is why I prefer Heitinger, but it's still decent. And then Akanji 80 jumping. But these are still some really decent budget center backs for the Bundesliga. Then for left back, we only have one real kind of option. I mean, there's also Alphonso Davies, but obviously he's really expensive. Schultz is decent. Just put a sentinel on him and he'll do some work for you. And I do believe there's another one, but I just didn't want to put him in because I thought it was just too many defenders. I do forget his name though, but I know he has some decent stats for a left back, because I know fullbacks are just really expensive in the Bundesliga because there's a very limited amount of decent ones. Rolison right here is another one. And you guys see his stats there. But again, just put a sentinel on him and he'll do some work for you. And keep in mind, these are just starter team players. So this, it's not going to be anything too special. For goalkeeper, we have Roman Berkey. And then there's also Golaski, or I forgot how to pronounce his name. Neuer is, my top tier goalkeeper. So for me, I prefer him over anybody. For midfielders, we do have Sabitzer. And I know he does have the storyline card for the objectives. And personally, I kind of want to make a review on him, see if he's good. Because I feel like Lacazette, everybody's going to get that one. Delaney, a very physical center defensive mid. 90 stamina, 91 jumping, 78 strength, and he just looks pretty good. 86 interceptions as well. Slap a shot on him, and he's just gonna do some work for you. So for me personally, I really like this Delaney card. Witzel, a bit more physical, a bit more stronger. However, for me personally, Delaney is just the way to go. If you don't have any coins for these two up here, but I'm pretty sure Lemire is pretty cheaper compared to Zakaria, and we'll get into that in a sec. Kostic as well. I made sure most of these players did have 4-star weak foot. Oh, no. Okay, that's a fail. Oh, yeah, I put him in the bench because he's not 4-star weak foot, but he does have some decent stats. But for me, weak foot is very, very important. So for that reason, I put him in the bench. And then Tolisso, I remember coming up against him a couple games, and he is just annoying in the midfield spot, especially if he does have a shadow or something to improve his pace and defensive stats, you know, like an anchor, stuff like that. So he's kind of like a little fly, low key, because I've already came up against 2 times, and those 2 times he's just everywhere, and it's kind of annoying. But for the starting 11 midfielders, we do have Thorgan Hazard, if I'm not mistaken, 4-star, 4-star, really decent stats. Again, put a hunter on him, and he'll have some amazing stats. I think 94 pace, and then 87 shooting, which is not, it's honestly really good. So I think it was for like 4,000. So for 4,000, 3,000 coins, it's not too bad. Right mid, there's not really that many good options. I mean, unless you want to go more expensive and get like Serge Gnabry or Sancho. But for cheap reasons, Bellarabi's decent. But again, weak foot plays a big factor in my team. So because of that, he's kind of decent. But he is in my starting 11, but I just sub him out sometimes for like Human Son and stuff like that. For the 2 overpowered midfielders, well, at least this one is really overpowered. Lemire, he's decent, but he's just speed, you know, but I think he's really, really weak for our midfielder. He is, well, not really, really weak, but he's not that strong. And I think this guy goes for like 2,000 coins, if I'm not mistaken. He's really cheap for a midfielder, which is just surprising to me. Yeah, 2,000 coins, and it's just a bargain, especially if you do put a sensor on him, if you do want him for defensive reasons. If not, just improve his defense and his passing if you do play 4-4-2 or 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-2-3-1. Zakaria is this freaking stud in the midfield, boys. Like, let me tell you, 6'3", medium. I don't care about the weak foot because he's more of a defensive player for me. And medium is good just because he stays in that midfield spot, and it's really, really effective. 89 interceptions with this powerhouse chemistry style. Standing tackle goes up to a 97, if I'm not mistaken, which is just crazy. Defensive awareness, 88. Strength doesn't need to be upgraded because he's 6'3", 87 strength, 89 aggression. His jumping is not the best. However, he's still very, he moves quick, and I like that about him. So because of that, yeah. But I should improve his dribbling just to make him feel a bit more faster, but it's still a really good card. And boys, for 20,000, it's really, really nice. And then for the strikers, there's not really any decent strikers for the Bundesliga. There is, I mean, these guys are decent, but they're not like super overpowered. But Mbolo, just a physical little tank as your striker, medium. So he's gonna be kind of outside the box a bit. But he does have 90 strength if you do put him on basic chem. But 85 normal, like for the normal stat as strength, which is not too bad. He's a very physical number 9. You're not really going to dribble much with him. If anything, he's just in the box. You're going to pass it to him or cross it to him, and he's going to be there. Rashika is kind of like a faster version. Like if you do a 4-4-2, these two would be a nice combo. Or if anything, Hee-chan right here is not too bad as well. I've came up against a couple times, and to do that fake shot while you're running, it's super overpowered with this guy, and he's just always a dangerous threat, and you always have to keep watch on him. The only bad thing is probably his stamina, but I made sure he does have a 4-star weak foot, and he does, which is why he's very effective in game. I think all these players have 4-star weak foot, so 4-star, 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 3-star. So yeah, some nice physical strikers, some nice fast strikers. If anything, I prefer these two. And this guy, Rashika, is not bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but, you know, I just prefer these two. A physical dominance at the left side, and then just a faster striker at the right. And, boys, if you do this in a 4-4-2, 4-1-2-1-2, or 4-2-3-1, it's going to be amazing for you. But, I don't know. 4-4-2 is really good this year, so because of that, I would prefer 4-4-2. But that's gonna be it for this video, boys. Let me know what you guys do think in the comments below. Let me know who I am missing, but I'm pretty sure I got most of the overpowered players from the Bundesliga. I'm gonna be making a little 100k weekend league team for you guys to see, just for the first weekend league, see if you guys, are interested in that. But yeah, enough with that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, babies.